Postman, city, hood, click. Let's go.
Be very careful who you talk to, because you'll never know who the informant is, who the cooperating witness may be, and you never know, somebody who was a friend today may have been flipped the night before and become your enemy tomorrow.
About humanity, putting truth in these lines, while they busy feeding lies. When you got that tunnel vision, gotta open up your eyes. Wake up and go to sleep. Man, I'm praying all times. And to my guys, ain't no other side. This for my brothers, I'ma pray with y'all shine. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Yeah, you already know.
Depending on the lessons, some people eat, some people learn. But the game is going to send you a bill.
Lock the door. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation and the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. Be sure to click that notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below so when the dope content hit, it'll feel like a person of 15. Welcome to the Mailroom. When you come in, take a look at your mind, examine what's in your heart. You go anywhere in the world to get a couple of lives, but you come right here to get the truth. This is not a glorification nor is a glamorization. It is always an education. Before they had handguns, they had hand guys. Man up, get on the bus, and let me take you to school. I am the bus driver for the day. Shout out to everyone in the chat room. I appreciate each and every last one. Postmaster General Martin William. What's up, John? What's up, Keith? What's up, everybody? RDL was in there earlier. What's up? What's up, my people? What's going on, kinfolk, cousins, and nephews and nieces? How y'all doing? It is good to be here sharing time and space with you. As always, it is a blessing. Always, it is a blessing. Let's get to the book of the day. Is by Kevin Powell. It is the Black Male's Handbook. I suggest you guys go out and pick that book up. What's up, Blue Ink? Pick that book up, get into it. It is a great read. The Black Male Handbook. It is a very powerful book, and it's got 5 P's: proper preparation, prevent poor performance. It is actually giving you an instructive way of how to deal with certain things as a Black man in this life. I suggest you go get it, read it, and utilize it in your life, as I have done in my life. Today, we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about, of course, Rodney Hinton, and we're going to talk about what happened to the little kid over in Long Beach, and we're going to talk about the flock cameras. Probably a lot of you have not probably noticed, but they have what they call flock cameras out now. And we're going to get into that as well. And, and as we go on, I got a cold story by Jimmy Butler too. Well, I'm going to do that maybe tomorrow. Lewis Park, Pablo Cash, Jimmy Cash Butler. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But let's get to the content. Let me see. Anybody else join us? Okay, I see Keith. Okay, Blue Ink, Marlene. And God, I definitely want to get a shout out to Yeshua, Marlena. Let's see, Yeshua, Marlena, RDL, and Mike and Michelle. Yeah, special shout. There was a way, I don't know, it just popped up days ago in my in when I went into the analytics, and I can actually see the most the person that be on this channel the most. That be and it was and I was like, wow, the youngster beat everybody out. Yeshua, he's on here like man, like no other. It was like an astronomical number too, the way that from everybody, but everybody else that I just named, they're also in there, John and also Keith and Rodney. Yeah, all you guys, man. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Salute, man. We come in, we're talking about Rodney, right? Rodney Hinton, was his actions justified? Was his actions justified? And let's go back, because obviously the police don't protect black people. They have never been here to protect black people. They serve and protect. It's a farce, because the police have always been here to protect the wealthy, the billionaires, and the people that so quote unquote run this government. That's who they're. The police is an actual gang, and I'm in the mindset of till the good cops become anti-bad cops, then they all in one basket for me. That's just for me. Now you can do what you will with that, but I'm just telling you where I'm at with it. So we got plenty of examples. We got Trayvon Martin, we got Breonna Taylor, Orlando Castillo, Sandra Bland, George Floyd, Michael Brown, Walter Scott. And we got multitudes of people that's either running away or trying to get away from the police, and they're shot and gunned down and killed and treated inhumanely, right? And sometimes people come, be, sick and tired of being sick and tired, and we come, we raise up. But this particular time, this guy, Rodney Hinton, decided that the law wasn't enough. The law was not enough. You murdered my son. And here's what happened. 18-year-old Ryan Hinton, football star. I could see, I could think let me see if I got a picture of him. Let me cue him up right quick. Here we go, right here. Football, as you can see, from Cincinnati, was gunned down in the city of Cincinnati by a police officer, by the Cincinnati police. And the circumstances behind what happened is a bit vague. And we all know that there's always going to be, when these people get into trouble, there's going to be where you're going to see a gun possibly laying on the ground, maybe 3 to 4 or 5 feet away from the victim. And okay, if you're in a car and it's a Grand Theft Auto, GTA, whatever, police rolls up, 4 individuals jump out, start running. It's hardly and unlikely that somebody's going to turn around with the gun and turn back towards the police. They're running away. They're trying to get away, right? So at what point would somebody turn around and engage them? If they already got a jump start, they're running, right? So 4 people jumped out, allegedly turned, and this guy, Ryan, allegedly pointed a weapon, and he was shot and killed. He was murdered. As I laid Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor, Orlando Castillo, Sandra Bland, George Floyd, Michael Brown, Walter Scott, all these people have lost their lives in the hands of people that has been paid by the taxpayer to serve and protect. But they don't serve and protect you because their main obligation is to protect white property, white wealth, and billionaires and people who run this government. And as long as you stay in lockstep with following Christian theology and following Christian dogmas, then they kind of put you in another different category. They kind of like, you're okay, because they feel that you're being controlled by the tools that the slave master And it's funny that all the things you hate about slavery, the only thing you don't hate is Christianity. Why would the slave master have given you something that would help you? Why? He didn't want to help you. He wanted to keep you under control, keep you programmed, keep you manipulated, keep you working, keep you feeding into his machine for free. But that's neither here or there. So Rodney decided that the explanation that they was given wasn't going to be good enough. He didn't even want to hear it. The very next day, he got into a car, and the first police officer, I'm assuming at this point, he mowed him down. Now, I'm not saying that was right or it was justified. I'm asking you, people that has witnessed this stuff, how do you feel about it? Because we all know, we all got situations where we've been victimized by the gang, the police gang. And I want you to watch this, and man, because this is classic, guys. This is, to me, this is classic because he did this. This was so G right here. This was so G when he did this. This is so G right here. Now watch his reaction. And then they got the black sister, right? You got about 40 to 30 white officers in there watching him, right? But look how he do them. He held his head up high and looked them straight in the face and shook his head. And yeah, I did that. I did that. I did that. And you can see it on them. You can see the racism. You can see the white supremacy. You can see all that. You can see all that. Hey, they just, at this time, they just want to smash him and take his life out. But he held his head high and he walked past them and he looked them all directly in the eye and let him know, I am him. You picked the wrong guy. You had the right string, but you had the wrong yo-yo, because I am him. And we need more like him, because if we don't pretend to draw the line, come to the scratch line and draw that line and let them know that we're not taking anymore, we're not tolerating any more of this stuff, all this brutality, hundreds and hundreds of years of brutality, inhumane treatment, dogs and water hoses and whipped and chains and hung and castrated, lied on, shot, murdered, raped. And we supposed to just continue to just lay down and take this stuff because you say you the police? I ain't got nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with having police. There's nothing wrong with having rules and regulations. But let's be fair. Let's be honest. Because if I'm standing and I'm in a confrontation, I'm having a verbal altercation with a white male, and the police rolls up, guess who's going to believe that the individual is the aggressor? Here I am. Whether I'm right or wrong or indifferent, whether right or wrong, indifference, they're going to get out their cars and they're going to immediately come to me, try to handcuff me, subdue me, lay me down, tase me, and they ain't going to even know the story. Because of my black skin, my skin is my sin, they're going to automatically pursue me as the aggressor in the situation. That's been a fact since 1619. And here we are in 2025. And the same thing that was happening in 1619 is happening today in 2025. So whatever decision Rodney Hinton Jr. decided to make that day, the very next day, in regards to his son, that was his decision to make and not mine. I'm sure he went to bed, thought about it, mapped it out in his head and figured that, hey, his life is finna be over because I'm finna take care of this situation. Now I don't get the part that where he did it to somebody that didn't have nothing to do with this. I would have much rather he would have got the guy that actually shot his son. That's what I would have rather happen, but it didn't happen that way. He just, he was feeling pain and he was hurt and he wanted somebody else to hurt. But the Bible talks about that, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But when did that become selective? When did that become selective? And he did, I guess he did what he was supposed to do. I don't know. What's your thoughts on it? What is your thoughts? Anybody got any thoughts on that? Do you believe he was right, Tony Turner? Not when he smoked a retired cop that was volunteering. Well, let me ask you this. If you out with your friends and don't have nothing to do with nothing, and the cops roll up, and because you're black, and they looking for somebody that's black and 6 feet, and they beat the living daylights out of you. I mean, literally beat the late out. Then they find out later you didn't have nothing to do with nothing. Did you just forgive them? Are you that same person? Let me tell you this, Tony. Are you that same person that remember when the Amber Guyber killed a brother over in Dallas, Texas? He was a police officer. And the judge, the black judge, got off the bench and came down and hugged her. Or are we the same people that came out and prayed for Dylan Roof when he killed all them people at the church? Why are we so darn forgiving? Why? When we got I'm giving you from 1619 to 2025. There has not been a day that we haven't suffered from police brutality, inhumane treatment, whether it was castration, being hung, ridiculed, or just barred from resources, or having just a decent place to eat and sleep. And I get what you're saying, not when he smoked a retired cop that was volunteering. Sometimes all is fair in love and war. Well, also, my granddaughter, I gotta call you back. I'll call you back. All is fair, bro. And all you gotta do is think about the history of everything that has happened to your people, bro. And I don't know if you even black. I don't know. I just see your name up there. And I get it. I get it. I understand where you're coming from. But we sick and tired of being sick and tired, bro. And I'm sure that family is that family is in, in pain. As is Rodney Hinton's family is in pain. How many times have black people have been gunned down and the cops pulled out the throwaway and threw it down there? How many times? These things we know. It's not like it's hidden or we don't know this. It's out there for us. Bro, you can't even use that. Cause I ain't never, because I'm from the 70s, I ain't never did nothing to nobody that didn't do nothing to me. So I don't know what you believe or what you learned about whatever Crips was or whatever they're not. But I'm telling you, bro, you do not have it right. It is such a multifaceted and complex situation, and everybody is different, bro. We don't live in a one size fit all. No, I understand, man. You probably Maybe you grew up in Catholicism, you grew up as a Christian, and you about forgiving and praying and all that stuff. That is not me, bro. I don't follow Jesus. I believe it is a tool. And I'm not saying that you do, but I'm just telling you that I know that there's a lot of things that's been indoctrinated and forced on us that that transform our thinking. We don't have the right thinking when it comes to certain things. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I see it the way I see it. Gang banging, man. Gang banging is the most ignorant, the most diabolical, the most stupidest thing that we have ever done. I agree with you there. But just because I'm from over here and I've been around Stanley Pitts, I've been around Puddin', I've been around Herman Jr., I've been around Jimmy Cash Butler. He was a Pyro Barton. I've been around all them people, man. And I ain't never done nothing to them and they ain't never done nothing to me. It is about character. Back then it was. It is about relationship. Back then, I don't know what it is today. I can't explain it. I don't even know why they're even in it. Because whatever was happening back in the 70s up to this present is something diametrically different. Very different. It's got envy, jealousy, hatred, and outright disrespectful. And I'm telling you that all the gang members have some type of moral code. Some of them did. Some of them didn't. There's always going to be an innocent person who gets caught up. That's always going to be. But we know, man, all the spirit and love is war. Because if it weren't, men wouldn't conquer other men and they wouldn't conquer other lands. That's been happening since, as far as we can remember. Whatever history you know, go back and look at it. That's been happening. And again, when Dylan Roof killed those black people down at that church, and black people forgave him and started praying, I wouldn't go pray for him. Then white people took that man to Burger King after he did that. Or was it Burger King or McDonald's or one? When Amber Guyber killed the guy down there, I can't even think of the brother's name, in Dallas, the black judge, came down off the bench and hugged her because she was crying. Let her cry. Let her cry. She supposed to cry. It's just so unfortunate, man, that I think that we should go back to when we get segregated, when we got to live with each other and deal with each other. Let them have their restaurant, we have ours. Let them have their buses, we have ours. Let us go back to take care of us and them taking care of them. I think we need to go back to that. That way some of you Negropeans can learn how to, be culturally responsible and culturally aware and have culture competence. And do not be quick to set your brother out there not knowing the full front of why somebody go as far as it did. And I'm not here to justify, but I have righteous indignation because I know what's been happening to me. Go read the new Jim Crow, Michelle Alexander. Go read Black as F. Go read that. Go read Chancellor Williams. Go read all these different books that tell you, the miseducation of the Negro. Go read all these different books. Before the Mayflower. Go read all them books. Naeem Akbar. Go read all them books. Read all them books that give you. Go read J.A. Rogers. Go read all them books that describe every brutality, everything that they have done to us. Go read them. Quit my religious brothers and sisters that only read the Bible. Get out of there. Ain't nothing in there. That is a tool. Go get into your history. Learn your history and know thyself. We're going to change up here, guys, because I got to get it to because this is long what you talking about, bro. When you talk about gang banging, and I want you to listen to this, man. It is deeply, deeply, deeply concerning when an adult, particularly in from Long Beach, Compton, Watts, L.A., Inglewood, Carson, man, when a man choose to physically confront a minor who is involved, obviously, with gangs, right? Especially given the significance of an imbalance of power, the age gap, the man strength, and it is in this situation, as I look at it, right, the actions not only reflect a troubling misuse of strength and authority, but it also perpetuated a cycle of violence and within our communities. And I'm talking about something totally different. I'm gonna show you the clip in a minute, and you guys are you should be appalled by it. You should be, but it is critical for the Long Beach OGs, the Compton OGs, the LA, the Watts, whatever the OGs are, to address these dynamics. When we see somebody as being barbaric, heinous, inhumane, treating somebody without a human decency. We need to advocate at sit downs and promote conflict resolution, man, and get to some of these guys that have whatever they mental blocks or mental delusions or whatever their problems are. But I'm this clip, man, and it's troubling to me. Very troubling, very troubling. Here we go. No, that's not it. That's not it. Here we go.
Maybe it's a cheese.
Yeah, where you from?
I'm from Two Creek. Maybe it's St. Craig.
Okay, where we at right now?
Yeah, Sacred Court.
A few moments later.
Thanks, little cut. Bugs, nigga. 8-5 crib. Got cut, nigga. Got cut, 8-5 crib. Hey, this little bug, nigga. On white tail crib. Nigga, I'm trapping, nigga. On 20 crib. Dragging bugs, nigga, all that. Nigga, white tail crib. Hey, this little bug, huh? Hey, this little bug, huh? Nigga, spit on bug, huh? Nigga, white tail crib. Finna take her to the hood, nigga. 20 locs, nigga. This little bug, huh? I be popping it. On 20 crib, I just chase, cut. Nigga, bug bugs, nigga. Nigga, see cut? Bitch ass nigga.
I don't even want to watch no more. What's happening here is a kid, probably more or less, look about maybe 9, 10, 11 years old, probably was on the internet saying what he was saying. Then he ran into this older gentleman right here, who obviously who doesn't have no emotional control, no self-control, and doesn't respect that this is a kid, and decide to do what he did and film it. Now I'm hoping, this is what I'm hoping, that it could be it could be clickbait, but I don't think so. Because I watched it and I'm like trying to figure out what makes somebody do something like that, Here's a little kid, he's claiming insanes, right? And the guy that's attacking him is from 20s. So it's deeply concerning to me when an adult, particularly one from wherever you're from, chooses to physically confront a minor who is involved. Okay, if he's involved, he's involved. But he's a kid. He's a kid. So right there, I look to see your comments on that, bro. I look to see your comment on that. Where's the brother at? Where's he at? Where's he at? I would love to hear what because I know you got something to say, bro, and you should say something. Tony the Turner, man. I look forward to hearing what you got to say because that's part of what you was talking about, right? That's part of what's wrong with the Black community. That's part of what, here's a kid. He probably jumped on the internet and was popping it, as he was saying, popping it. He was, claiming insane or whatever, saying what he was saying. And this guy got infuriated by it. He got triggered, couldn't contain his emotions. He lost control of himself. And when he ran into the kid, that's what he did. I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I don't, you know, it's just troubling to me. That's very troubling. That's weak, man. You're right, Brian. That is very weak. Very weak, bro. Is this what gang culture or gang banging is about? You know, that's what it's been reduced to. It was never supposed to be that. When I was growing up, we were surviving, and we was trying to figure out a way to cut into activities to have money. Myself, Turtle, Gangster, Bebop, the Twins, Bad Habit Rabbit, Kizzy, uh, so many others. But we found a way to band together. Ray Rob, rest in peace. Bullet, rest in peace. Big J Dog, rest in peace. Big Killer Raider, rest in peace. Boo Boo Yogi, rest in peace. But we found a way to more or less, we had some skirmishes, that we had some situations where somebody, yeah, we did, we had them. But at the same time, it's just in my time, we didn't do nothing to nobody that didn't have it coming. Or somebody that, that came out to did something to us, and it was, it's just frustrating. It's real frustrating because it's kind of like crazy to even be trying to justify it or explain it. And I get it. I get it, Tony, when you say what you said, but when we get into I already seen this too many times. I don't want to see it again. You're right, Chris. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. It's terrible, man. I'm sad by it, man. I really am. It bothered me because that young man, whatever, if, if they get a hold of that because he recorded it, he can spend a long time for that. Child endangerment, uh, assault with intention to do great bodily harm. There's so many charges within that one action, holding the kid against his will. There's so many things that could charge him in that, and he probably don't even realize it. But ignorance is $1 billion corporation, and they keep growing and growing and growing and growing. There's another subject I want to tap on too, and it's about the flock cameras. And some of you probably don't notice them, but I'm gonna show you a picture of one. Let me show you, and when you see it, you might have seen this. Yeah, right. That man is grown. Shaking my head. Yeah, right. I want to show you these cameras, right? These are the cameras that's everywhere. I encountered one this morning, and when I saw it, I was like wondering what it was because it got a solar panel on top, and then it's got a round thing under, and then I saw the red light come on, and I was coming out a long driveway from a company, right? And when I got to the end of the driveway, at the end of the block, boom, I saw the red light come on. I'm like, what the heck is that? It's filming me. Filming me. And it's called a flocking camera. The license plate recognition designed to capture license plates and information and gather intelligence, artificial intelligence, and they send it to a database where they collect all this different information. And I'm telling you, 2028 Summer Olympics is coming to LA, and they're gonna have this thing cleaned up. Trust me on that. Let me show you the camera. You've probably seen them. Here you go, right here. They all over. I took a picture of it. That's it right there. That's at the top is the solar panel, and right there at the bottom is the camera. And when you go past, it clicks on the red. These are very, very high definition, real super grade. They got infrared. They infrared cameras. They film at night, daytime. It don't matter. And they placing them all over the place. You'll see them on street corners. You'll see them at businesses. You'll see them in the driveways of Walmart's, Targets, Lowe's, Home Depot, all these different places. Wherever there's shopping centers, malls, they're all over the place. And everybody that's out there, anybody that's out there in the streets doing whatever they're doing, you better be careful, boy, because they coming for you. They are coming for you. So when I saw it, right, when I saw it this morning, I'm riding and I saw the red light click on and I saw it start filming. I said, what the heck is that? So I took a picture of it, then put it into a search. Then I started running the data down because I know about the ODIT, the on-device interception tool. I know that how they can intercept all your phone calls, your FaceTimes, your WhatsApp, anything you're doing on the phone. They can say because the phone is never off. Remember how you used to be able to pull the battery out the phone? At that time, you knew the phone was off. When the last time you been able to pull your battery out your phone? So therefore, your phone is never off. Even if you cut your phone off, it is never off because you can't pull the battery out of it. Only time if it's off, if you just let it die. Let the battery run completely down and there's no juice whatsoever. Then, yeah, it's off at that point. But as long as you got bars and that foam, you cut it off and that foam is still taking in information, still taking in data. People that buy Teslas, those cars are recording you every inch, every moment, every second, every nanosecond. If you own a Tesla, if you own one of those ugly, gaudy looking trucks, those things are there to take in data. And why would Elon Musk even be in the White House doing this thing with his dose if he wasn't there gathering information, intelligence gathering? He's using that intelligence. He's going to put all that information into a database that is going to work to his benefit, and he's going to create something. I don't know what it is, but I'm thinking there's something that's going to come about all this that is going to be very, very devastating to mankind. Because again, coming back to what the police real purpose is, their gang, and they're here to service and protect wealthy people, billionaires, and government. They're not here to serve and protect you. They're here to do harm, great body harm, injury, and to lock you up if they catch you out of pocket. That's what they're here for. So, again, be on the lookout for these. When you go in, wherever you're going, be on the lookout. I guarantee you're going to see them. So, again, you see my title, Too Much Drip in the Crib. Too much drip in the crib. Too much drip in it. Act according to your principles and not your mood. Act accordingly to your principles and not your mood. Those who move by emotions, it ain't the fact people don't know how to think. It ain't the fact they don't know what emotions are, but they inflate emotions with feelings. And once something becomes feelings, it becomes reactionary. And when something becomes reactionary, that's never good. It's never good because there's no rationale, there's no logic, there's no timeout, there's nothing to take down and take a breather and take a moment and consider what are the consequences. There's none of that. Again, we don't see Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor, Orlando Castillo, Sandra Bland, George Floyd, Michael Brown, Walter Scott, and countless of others mauled down, taken out. And then they want us to feel bad about it when one of them is gone. Remember Christopher Donner? Remember Christopher Donner? Christopher Donner knew what we all didn't know. And he decided that when they mistreated him or they didn't treat him fair as a black man, as a fellow police officer, he used all this training and all the things that he had learned in the armed forces and whatever his training was, he turned it against them and went after them. He terrified them. They was terrified. Let's see where we at. Yeah, subscribe to the Hood Post, man. Too much drip in the crib, man. uh, airplane mode. Yep. Yeah. No, that man, he's old. The guy was 34, by the way. I think the kid could have been no more than 12. Yeah, he was 34. He's a big teen. They say that big dude is a child too. That's what they're saying. Well, I heard that he was 34. I don't know how that's a child. Unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong, Carlos. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but we see what this internet doing. Big U has over 20 wiretaps, 20,000 interceptions, a wiretap, conversation. Uh, then you have Loose Cannon is still on the phone with his Sharice Mills, still making content from federal prison, Brick Baby, he's hollering out whatever he's hollering out. And let me clear something up, guys. I was supposed to clear this up. I want to come something. There was a guy who was my homeboy's son. He took his plea deal. He was the first one to take his plea deal, right? He took the 2 years. He don't even know Big U. Let me tell you what the feds do. The feds use opportunity to take swipes at all things during the time to make. It's called form shopping. Form shopping is making it something bigger than what it is. So my homeboy's son, right? They raided his house like 3 years ago on guns, bought some guns, and they charged him. And anyway, they just didn't come get him until they arrested Big U. But the problem with that, and this don't happen to a lot of different people. Say, for instance, the feds is on me. Have nothing to do with you. But you call me. And they realize that you ain't got nothing to do with me, but as they were looking, they saw you do something else. So therefore, when they bring on the indictment against me, they arrest you on your something else, nothing to do with me. But everybody who's naive and who's ignorant, who don't know these things, they assumed that you're on my case because you got 19 people on that indictment, right? My homeboy's son took his deal because they offered him a 2. He's not telling. He's not pointing finger. He don't know them people over there. There's an essay on there from I think from Santa Ana, and there's a Tongan on there from Long Beach. on that same indictment. Don't have nothing to do with Big U. But they might have called one of the people that wanted to say, for instance, the 7, 6, or 7 main people on the indictment might have called one of them. So what they do, they intercepted the wire tap, right? They hear you talking. You don't even have a situation with the people that's on this indictment. But as they look into you, they see you might be selling car parts illegally. They see you might even be selling properties that don't belong to you or something, because you made the you made a call at the most inopportune time to call somebody who's under a federal wiretap. Because if you call somebody who's being wiretapped, the feds are going to look at you because they're trying to place pieces of the puzzle. They're trying to fit it in. And what they're going to do, they're going to look and they're going to look. And if they see something else, then they'll just lump you into the indictment and then usher you all in. And then and to everybody that's looking, you're going to appear to be part of that indictment when you're not. So when they come to you and say, "Okay, we're gonna get you out the way," so this is chess, right? The feds are playing chess. So the feds use you as a pawn and as a demonstration that everybody's because everybody's looking to say, "Oh, he's part of the indictment. Oh, he took his time first. Oh, he got only 2 years." But they don't know you don't have nothing to do with what the people is doing because they don't know. They don't have the knowledge. They don't know the information. But me being the feds, I know these things, right? I know how the feds play. And yeah, that's my homeboy's son. And I meant to say something a while back, but I'm listening to all these guys come on the internet. What's the guy out of Las Vegas? I can't even think his name. He from East Coast. And some other people, they all jump, "Oh yeah, he took his deal and blah, 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 blah." They don't even know what they're talking about. If you never been in the feds, you never had a federal indictment, you never read America's jurisprudence, you never read federal seconds, federal thirds, laws and procedures or trials. You never read the Black's Law Dictionary. You never read none of that. You don't know what the heck you're talking about. You have absolutely no idea. You're just gossip. You're just clickbait. You're just following the trends. Like all these people that's on the internet, they follow trends. They follow who they like. They don't follow guidance, instruction, information, data, statistics, science. They don't follow none of that. Just all gossip and all mess. That's it. That's how they do it. I can't even think of the guy's name, but yeah, he ran with it. A few people ran with it. But yeah, it's my homeboy's son. And the kid grew up in Bellflower. Why would he be from 60s? First of all, his daddy is a Santana. He was raised in Bellflower. Never lived in LA. He did some business with a dude that was supposedly be from 30s, Harlem 30s. And that dude might have had some business with them dudes over there in the 60s. I don't know. And their phone might have been tapped, and he tapped in with them. And that's how he became part of that indictment. But y'all don't mind me just watching church moving. But go ahead and lock that door. This is a cold game, man. A well-placed pawn can be more powerful than a king and a queen. And everybody play chess. You know that what I'm saying is true. Once the king is gone, the game is over. There are no kings on the streets. The streets is undefeated. The game is always going to send you a bill. But some of us learn that the hard way. That's why when I come on here, yeah, Nina boy, there you go. There you go. That show you I don't pay attention to these people. I don't pay attention to them because their agenda and their modus of operandi is opposite of what I'm about. I'm about information, about data, science, statistics, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology. That's what I'm about. If you master those 5 subjects, mathematics, science, physics, chemistry, and biology, nobody can put nothing past you because everything that you know have to line up within those 5 subjects. I read and write. I don't fight and shoot. Most of the people I know that fight and shoot wind up in prison forever, dead, or in a wheelchair. I used to be a part of that life. Don't get me wrong. But then I learned. I became wise. I used the wisdom. I started like, oh, okay. This is what the white man been doing all the time. He play all these other people in the position to do all this other stuff, but at the same time, he ain't doing none of it. Because there's too many pawns in the game. You guys look for me tomorrow. We're going to talk about Jimmy Cash Butler from Ludus Park. Interesting story. Jimmy Cash Butler. Look for me tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. You guys are definitely motivate me, help me come on here. I mean, you guys give me calls to come on. If you didn't come on here, if you guys didn't come on here, I wouldn't come on here. You know, however many guys is in here, that's fine. I'm not stressed. I'm not overly concerned because I do understand that the ones who feed you can also starve you. So a lot of people are being fed by the internet. You know, they're looking for Google ads sent to send them a check on the 21st. You know, don't get me wrong, I get one. But some of these guys get large amounts, right? But if that check don't come, man, their whole life is gonna be upside down. And YouTube can do that. I seen it, man. They put you on a 90-day suspension and you be trying to figure out how to get up out of it. Yeah, but anyway, it's been a pleasure and always good, man. Appreciate each and every last one of you. Hood Pulse, man. Don't mind me just watching, but church moving. But go ahead and lock that door. Marlena Williams, lock the door. We gone.
Cali Finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing. They see me shining. That's hard work. Proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking. And I don't talk about it. I just make it happen. Word on the block is that my shit go. Bricks for the low.
Lock the door, because we are gone.